Today we're going to be demonstrating the Hygger aquarium internal power filter, the HG-009-S. This is the smaller version of this filter, and we're going to use this in a 12-gallon tank. These filters are actually good for anywhere between 5 and 15 gallons. This filter comes with many different options. This is the filter assembled the way we're going to use it in our 12-gallon lab tanks. But anyway, this filter has suction cups on two sides, and this is mounted in the corner of a small aquarium. We're going to be using this in the cube aquarium, but also standard 10 gallons would be a good option for this filter. This spray bar is how we're going to use it, but it also comes with an optional attachment where you can create a much more focused effluent with this attachment, and you can change the direction of the outflow. We open the filter up. This is the housing for the impeller, and the impeller will need to be cleaned once a month whenever you do clean the filter. And it's good to have pipe cleaners or brushes that you can get in these small areas here and here, and also when you pull the impeller out, clean inside that housing where the impeller sits and clean the impeller off. That'll increase the flow after you get done cleaning it. The filter has a pre-filter that is a cartridge, and it has polyester on both sides with a little bit of carbon embedded in it. And those are your strainers. Keep your small fish and shrimp out of the filter. Also, we have the cap here. On the bottom here, we have another mechanical filtration. The sponge here acts as both mechanical and some biological. That goes in the bottom. And on top, we have this here, ceramic rings. And these are used for biological filtration. And these are what the little rings look like. This is optional. You don't have to use it. For the PAKIS method, we don't use biological filtration. And the reason why that is because we want the biological to happen within the aquarium. And we can get our ammonia and nitrite oxidation happening within the sand bed. That puts that closer to the anaerobic bacteria, and the anaerobic bacteria will help reduce the nitrate that is created by the nitrogen cycle. So we'll put this back together here. This also comes with the aerator option, but I don't like to pump air into my aquariums because you end up with mineral deposits on your equipment, and also on the rim of the tank if you inject air into the water column. So we choose, for my systems, I choose not to pump air into the system. Your gas exchange happens at the surface of the aquarium, the majority of it. So the additional benefit of injecting air is minimal. You can only have a saturation point in the water up to a certain amount, and that's going to be dependent on the temperature of the water. The warmer the water, the less oxygen it can carry. The colder the water, the more oxygen it carries. So we're going to go with this configuration. Again, this is mounted in the corner of the aquarium. And we have a spray bar here. So what I like to do when this is mounted in the corner of an aquarium, I like the spray bar to spray the length of the aquarium from left to right or right to left. And the reason why I prefer that configuration is the fish will swim a little bit against the current. So if you want to see the side of the fish more often, you want a current that's going to go from left to right, not front to back. So let's go install this. Here's one cube that's been set up with the Hygger filter for about a week and a half now. As you can see how the water flows from the spray bar, comes across here, hits the end, and then comes back this way and back up to the filter. So if you have fish that swim near the bottom, you're going to have them swimming against the current, so you'll see the side of the fish here. So we're doing 3 identical tanks, all with the same filter, and we're going to be running some experiments. Some of them are going to deal with substrate, different size substrate denitrification, and others will deal with the amount of carbonate hardness some plants will use when they grow. So this is essential that all 3 aquariums be put together almost identical so we can see variations in the experiments. So you want your spray bar to be angled so that it causes surface agitation, and that's where your gas exchange is going to take place. This creates quite a bit of current for a small aquarium. So all 3 systems are now set up with the Hygger internal filter. And we're going to let these run for a couple hours to clear up the water. All 3 tanks are coupled right now. You'll see the white PVC J tubes. I'm running a filter, large filter, on the right side tank, and it's pushing water to the middle tank and the left tank. That way the water chemistry is going to be the same across all 3 tanks once they become decoupled. That way we won't have any variations we have to worry about with water chemistry. If you have any questions about this setup or about the filtration system that was provided by Hygger, feel free to leave me a comment in the comment sections, and I'll try to get to your questions as soon as possible. That's it for now. Happy fish keeping.